The biggest opportunities you'll ever lose won't be stolen by your enemies. They'll be stolen by your own mouth. Long before people stop trusting your abilities, they stop trusting your silence. Every unnecessary promise, every emotional reaction, every secret shared too early, every plan announced before it's built. These tiny moments quietly shape the future you never see coming. By the time the consequences appear, the words that caused them have already been forgotten. History is filled with people who were defeated not because they lacked intelligence, but because they couldn't control what came out of their mouths. A young Roman officer once dreamed of climbing through the ranks of the empire. He was brave, disciplined, and ambitious, but he had one weakness that no amount of talent could hide. He spoke constantly. He revealed strategies before battles, complained about fellow officers, and boasted about victories that had not yet happened. His words traveled farther than his actions. Eventually, someone repeated his conversations to the wrong people. The trust he had spent years building disappeared almost overnight. His downfall wasn't created by a sword. It was created by loose speech. That story has repeated itself in every generation. Today, the battlefield looks different. It happens in offices, group chats, family gatherings, business meetings, and social media. A single careless sentence can close a door that years of hard work had finally opened. A moment of anger can erase a decade of respect. One emotional message sent at midnight can change a relationship forever. Words are invisible when they leave your mouth, but their consequences are not. Marcus Aurelius understood this better than almost anyone. As emperor, every sentence he spoke could influence an empire. A careless statement could start political conflict. A harsh reaction could create unnecessary enemies. A promise made too quickly could become a burden for years. That is why his private writings reveal something remarkable. Instead of trying to master other people, he constantly worked to master himself. Before controlling an empire, he believed a person must first control their own mind. And one of the clearest reflections of that inner discipline was restraint in speech. Silence was never weakness to him. It was evidence that reason had defeated impulse. This idea feels almost foreign. Today, we live in a culture that rewards immediate reactions. News spreads within seconds. Opinions are expected instantly. Someone says something offensive online, and thousands rush to respond before they have even understood the situation. The loudest voice often receives the most attention, but attention should never be confused with wisdom. Psychologists have studied emotional regulation for decades. One finding appears again and again. Strong emotions temporarily reduce the brain's ability to make balanced decisions. Anger, excitement, fear, and anxiety all narrow judgment. During those moments, people become far more likely to say things they later regret. In other words, the worst time to speak is often the moment you feel the strongest urge to do it. That explains why silence can be a form of intelligence. Not because silence always has the right answer, because silence gives wisdom enough time to arrive. Consider how many lives have changed because someone couldn't wait 5 minutes before responding. An employee insults a manager during an argument. A husband says something cruel that can never be taken back. A friend reveals another person's secret simply to keep a conversation interesting. None of these moments feel life-changing when they happen. Yet years later, people often trace their biggest regrets back to a few careless sentences. Seneca warned about this in his writings. He observed that emotions are temporary guests, but words often become permanent residents. Once spoken, they belong to the world, not to the speaker. No apology can fully erase them. Some wounds heal, but memories remain. There is another danger that receives far less attention: talking too much about your future. A person announces a business before creating it. Someone tells everyone about a fitness goal after the first workout. An artist reveals every new project before completing a single piece. For a moment, it feels satisfying. People congratulate them. They receive admiration. The brain experiences a small reward. But then something unexpected happens. The urgency to actually finish the work begins to fade. Modern psychology offers an explanation. Publicly announcing goals can create a false sense of accomplishment. The recognition received from talking about success partially satisfies the same psychological need that real achievement would have fulfilled. Instead of working harder, many people unconsciously slow down because they have already enjoyed the emotional reward. The ancient Stoics didn't describe dopamine or neuroscience, but they understood human nature with astonishing accuracy. Epictetus advised people to become something before speaking about becoming it. His students were encouraged to practice discipline quietly rather than advertise it loudly. Character, he argued, should introduce itself through actions instead of speeches. That lesson becomes more valuable every year. Look closely at those who consistently achieve meaningful things. They rarely spend their days announcing every intention. While others debate, they build. While others seek recognition, they develop skill. While others chase applause, they improve in private. By the time the world notices them, the work has already been done. Silence protected their progress. There is another habit that quietly destroys futures: gossip. At first glance, gossip feels harmless. It creates connection. It fills awkward silence. It gives people something entertaining to discuss. But hidden beneath every piece of gossip is an invisible message. If someone is willing to speak carelessly about another person in front of you, they are likely willing to speak carelessly about you in front of someone else. Trust begins to disappear, not because of the story being told, because of the storyteller. The Romans understood reputation better than many societies today. In politics, merchants, military leaders, and philosophers all depended upon credibility. Once people questioned your integrity, rebuilding it became nearly impossible. A single conversation could undo years of honorable conduct. That principle still governs modern life. Employers notice discretion, notice loyalty. Business partners notice confidentiality. People rarely announce these observations. They simply decide, quietly, whether you are someone who can be trusted. And those silent decisions shape careers, relationships, and opportunities far more than dramatic moments ever do. Perhaps the greatest irony is this: many people speak constantly because they want to appear important. The truly important people usually have nothing to prove. Confidence doesn't need to dominate every conversation. It doesn't rush to reveal every opinion. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't compete to tell the best story. Real confidence is comfortable, leaving space for silence. There is power in becoming the person who speaks only when their words improve the moment. Ask yourself something uncomfortable. When was the last time speaking too little created a serious problem in your life? Now compare that with the number of problems created by speaking too much. The answer reveals a truth that has remained unchanged from ancient Rome to the modern world. A disciplined mouth protects a disciplined future. And there is one final habit that silently destroys more opportunities than people realize: not speaking carelessly to others, but speaking carelessly to yourself. The conversations that shape your destiny are not always the ones other people hear. They are the quiet sentences repeated inside your own mind. I always fail. They're better than me. I'll never change. No one will take me seriously. At first, these thoughts seem harmless because they make no sound. Yet the mind does not distinguish sharply between words spoken aloud and words repeated internally. What you tell yourself often becomes the lens through which you interpret every challenge, every opportunity, and every relationship. A person who secretly believes they are destined to fail begins acting as though failure is inevitable. They hesitate before taking risks. They avoid responsibility. They expect rejection before it arrives. Eventually, life appears to confirm the story they have been telling themselves all along. Marcus Aurelius fought this battle daily. His journal was never meant for the public. It wasn't a book of speeches. It was a conversation with himself. Whenever fear, frustration, or pride appeared, he answered those emotions with reason instead of allowing them to control him. He understood that if his own mind became his enemy, no army could protect him. That is why your inner dialogue deserves the same discipline as your public speech. The future is often shaped long before any action takes place. It begins with the story you repeat when no one is listening. There is another way the mouth quietly destroys the future. Complaining complaints feel productive because they describe a problem, but describing a problem is not the same as solving it. Seneca noticed that many people spent more energy discussing their misfortunes than changing them. They became experts in explaining why life was unfair. Every obstacle became another story. Every inconvenience became another excuse. Years passed. Nothing changed except the size of their frustration.